Good evening and welcome to the FIBA EuroLeague Women. It is quarterfinal action here in Salamanca. We have Perfumerias Avenida taking on Fenerbahce. This is the second game of the quarterfinals. Fenerbahce winning at home last week, 98-91. Avenida, it's a must-win game for them, or their EuroLeague campaign will be done for this year. Can they keep it going? Well, might depend on a little bit of the crowd action, or Fenerbahce maybe just too strong for them. As we saw, they scored 98 points, so that is not too bad. And there's a few other games going on tonight as well. Game 2, it is the best of Game 3. Shona Thorburn alongside Kristen Mann bringing you tonight's action. Kristen, Fenerbahce, 98 points. What does Salamanca have to do defensively?
I mean, they really need to try to control their big three, and their big three meaning Anderson, McBride, and Collier. They dominated last game, so it's going to be super important for Avenida to try and slow them down.
Well, you mentioned big three, and it's so weird talking about Fenerbahce and not talking about Emma Misman, who is out, but so is Sylvia Dominguez. Do they equal each other out, or is it a bid loss for both teams? Is one more important than the other?
That's tough to say. I mean, obviously they're not the same positions, but both having EuroLeague championship experience and leadership, that kind of equals out. But position-wise, very different. So I don't know. I can't really say.
Well, not sure if they are going to play tonight, but you mentioned it earlier when you and I talked about this game. That woman right there, Bernadette Hattar, you'd love to see her get a few more touches in this game.
Absolutely. I think in game 1, she might have only had four shots total, which is a little bizarre for me. Her being 2'8", she should at least have 10 points, 10 rebounds minimum per game. So hopefully Avenida makes some adjustments and try to get her the ball a little bit more. And in the end, I think that will help them, on the outside. It'll help open things up offensively.
Yeah, obviously if you're a coach and you're, watching your players play with their national teams, you say, why does Hattar not get more touches with her EuroLeague team when you see what she does with her Hungarian team? I mean, they almost qualified for the Olympics in the Olympic qualifying tournament that happened earlier in February. And she was good. She was a big part of their success. Yes, they didn't qualify, but they were that close to qualifying.
Yeah, maybe it's because I think it's only her 5th game with this team, so maybe it's a little bit of an adjustment period. But I mean, they got to win tonight, like you said earlier. So hopefully they will give her some more touches, and without a doubt that will help them be successful.
Well, this gym in Salamanca, Spain, I mean, it's pretty famous. This club has won EuroLeague before. How much of a home court advantage and the fans possibly be for this game for Salamanca?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, they're the X factor. They're the 6th man, so they definitely need to feed off their energy in any way possible to help get them this win tonight to go to game 3.
Yep. And we just saw there pop up in the bottom of your screen, head coach of Fenerbahce, Valerie Garnier. She took over for Marina Malkovich, and then Nacho Martinez, the new, I guess you could say, head coach for Salamanca. They replaced their coach in January. He took a couple weeks to come in. He's a pretty well-known coach in Spain, but he spent a lot of his time as an assistant coach. He's an assistant with the national team. This coaching change that happened for Salamanca, how beneficial and how much has it paid off for this club?
I mean, they've gone on a little run, right, towards the end of EuroLeague, so I think it's paid off really well for them. And, again, I'm going to reiterate what I just said. They've got nothing to lose tonight. They have to go big or they're going home. So hopefully they make the right adjustments. They play a little bit better defense, get more offense out of everyone on their roster tonight, and hopefully get for them, I secretly hope they get the victory just so that there's a game 3, because I want to see more basketball. That's it.
I agree with you. I would love to see this go to a game three just because you want to watch EuroLeague basketball. It is
Right.
so good. It's one of the best competitions in the world as we see the players for Fenerbahce. And let's talk a little bit about Emma Miesman. I mean, she's been out of the lineup. She wasn't there last week. She's missed a couple games for them. Do you know what she has?
My sources tell me that it's an ankle injury. I don't know how serious it is. I would imagine that if they go to a game three, she'll probably tough it out and hopefully play for them. I hope it's nothing too serious, but it's unfortunate that we're not going to get to see her tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, she's one of the, in my opinion, she is one of the best women's basketball players in the world right now and has been for the last few years. But, Fenerbahce, along with a lot of these teams, when they, made that quarterfinals of the EuroLeague, they went ahead and made some signings. Obviously, Badian, who left Basket Lot Montpellier in France, has now signed with Fenerbahce. Collier rejoined the team. Could I say rejoined?
Right. Yeah, I think she started the season. Might have played a couple EuroLeague games with them in the beginning of the season and then left. I'm not sure why that happened either, but I mean, she's back at a great time
Yeah.
for them. Good timing.
A great time, and she played with the U.S. in the Olympic qualifiers in that tournament in Belgium, and she had a great tournament. So she, don't know what she had, don't know why she didn't play the whole season, but she is definitely on form. And how big is it for Avenida to have Prince back in the lineup? She obviously missed a good chunk of time this year being injured.
Oh man, she was awesome for them last game. I mean, I think she had some foul trouble, but in 20 minutes had 22 points, and she's only averaging, I think, around 11 this season. So she was phenomenal for them last game. I think if they want to be successful tonight, she needs to perform well again.
Well, she came off the bench. I can't imagine her coming off the bench here tonight if you saw her performance, as well as Villaro. She had a great game for Avenida. So we'll see what the starting lineups are coming up shortly, as obviously the players, a lot of respect for each other, a little bit of a high five before the game, but it'll be all business coming up soon here in Salamanca, Spain, as Fenerbahce playing in Spain. A win means they are moving on to the Final Four, and there we have it. So the starting lineup: Uzun, Anderson, Milic, McBride, and Collier. So no Messiman. You said it. You said she's not ready to play yet. Talk to me a little bit about McBride. I mean, she's in the MVP race this year in the EuroLeague.
My goodness, she was amazing last game. 6 for 10 from three. I mean, just ridiculous. So she has such a nice shot, quick release. She's really tough to guard, so it'll be a challenge for Avenida tonight.
Well, obviously, McBride, she has won the EuroLeague before last year. She knows what it takes, as we're going to see the starting lineup for Avenida. So, no Dominguez, Rodriguez, Carter, Delea, Hill, and Hattar. Well, no Prince either, or Villaro, who, in my opinion, were their best players in their last game. What do you think about this starting lineup?
I mean, I think it'll work. I don't mind Prince coming off the bench. She brings something different. Same with Villaro, a lot of energy. But like I said before, I really want to see. I hope we get to see them go inside more to Hattar tonight.
Yep. Well, maybe Hattar could be the difference maker for them. Obviously, Carter, who joined Avenida just after Christmas when Dominguez went down with her injury, and she's been a nice little replacement at the point guard position for them. I'd love to see Villaro have the same kind of game she had last week, but it's do or die here in Salamanca. I mean, they need to win to keep their EuroLeague hopes alive. Fenerbahce, I'm sure they would love to go home with a win, have a week off, or a couple weeks off before they can prepare for the women's Final Four. And we are moments away from tip-off as little last-minute huddles, as Coach Garnier, who, Kristen, you know somewhat well, having played against her a long time in the French League.
Yep, this is her second stint, right, in Fenerbahce.
Yep. Well, there you see tonight's referees: Jankowski, Cesarelli, and Perciavalle from Poland, France, and Italy, respectively, calling tonight's game. And we talk about the players, but it's also an honor for these referees to be selected by FIBA to call such an important game. Well, I don't know, it's almost a sold-out crowd. You can hear them in the background. And it's hard to play in Salamanca. And I really, do you not think, the fans could almost be like the sixth man for this team tonight?
Oh, for sure. They absolutely have to be. They have to give every bit of energy to Avenida tonight. And like you said, it is really tough to play here. But yeah, I think they will be the X factor without a doubt.
Well, moments away from tip-off, it is a must-win game for Avenida. Fenerbahce won the first one last week, 98-91. Obviously, Fenerbahce, they have a few players returning from their last year's team that won the FIBA Women's EuroLeague competition. Salamanca trying to make the Final Four for the first time in a couple of years. As it is quarterfinal action. Tip-off moments away here. Good evening and welcome to Salamanca, Spain. We are here for the FIBA Women's EuroLeague quarterfinal action. It is game 2, Avenida taking on Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce winning last week 98-91. It is a must-win game for Avenida as they go inside to Hill early. Night's high-low action. Shona Thorburn alongside Kristen Mann bringing you tonight's game. And how about that? A quick steal. And they go right inside to Hill. She had their first 2 points, a little spin move, hook shot, no good, and Hatar not able to hold on to it.
It's a good start for Avenida. Quick bucket.
Well, we talked before the game how, on the road, Avenida, they let Fenerbahce score 98 points at home. They scored 91 respectively. But you can't expect to win a game if you're giving up 98 points, correct?
Oh, absolutely. For sure, it has to come down to their defense. I'm actually really surprised that Collier just missed that shot. He was wide open.
And she doesn't miss often?
And she doesn't miss often, exactly.
Well, she missed that little shot from the free throw line, but a nice little inbounds action as Milic gets Fenerbahce in the scorer's bracket.
Milic was great for them in the first game. I think she had 15 points in 30 minutes.
She's kind of played sparingly this year, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think she had some injuries maybe.
I think it's also because of Miesman too, right?
Yes. Well, nice little pick and roll action there. Carter to Hill, as Hill 4 points already in this game. And what a month of January Laura Hill had for Avenida. And 3-point shot no good by McBride. As Avenida now, Rodriguez wants to slow it down and call something. Delaire turns the corner, gets it to Carter. Back to Delaire. Baseline penetration, cutting Rodriguez. That shot no good. And Fenerbahce come up with the rebound.
Uh-oh. It's like somebody's not doing so well on the other end of the court here.
No, 4 on 5. Well, it's 5 on 5 now. Looked like Milic a little slow to get over the half. Almost a turnover, but Milic gets the ball back, and that's going to be an and one and a foul going against Hatar.
Maybe she should get hit in the abs more often.
It took me a little while to get over half, but I was fine once I got there.
And finish with an and one.
Yeah, nice strong take. Hatar just lowering that arm, and easy call by the referee there. And nice finish by Milic in the paint. And make that 5 points for Milic, all 5 points for Fenerbahce early in this game. As Avenida now trying to set up their offense. Delar looking for Carter, finds Carter, rolls, stop, pops, her 2-point shot hits nothing but net.
some really nice floppy action. Oh.
Well, those who watch women's basketball, and especially FIBA EuroLeague basketball, Kristen, Lauda Hill has to be one of the best defenders and has been for quite a few years in her club teams, but also for the Spanish national team.
Oh, for sure. And she's one of those players that you hate playing against, but you love when she's on your team. I know that from experience because she was on my team last year. But yeah, absolutely. She's such a tough defender.
They find McBride. McBride finds the rolling Collier. Collier, no good, but a foul is called. Is that the second one on Hatar? Because if it is,
oh man,
that could be problematic for Avenida. I'm not sure.
She went straight up. It might have been.
Might have been on Hill.
Yeah.
A little bit late on that help side rotation as Lauda Hill picks up her first foul and second team foul for Avenida.
Oh gosh.
And no good. I think Milic, I thought Milic stepped in too early, but apparently it was a Avenida player.
They don't really.
Well, you give her 3 ties, she's got to make one of them, right?
Yeah.
No, stepping into the lane, you don't see.
It's
you don't
very
see
rare.
It. Yep. Rodriguez. Carter. Same action as last time. This time, no shot, and unfortunately turns the ball over. So ball back to Fenerbahce. It's tied 6-6, just under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
Thought that was the right read by Carter. She was just a second too late. Probably could have given it to her a little bit earlier. Easier said than done, obviously.
Anderson, kind of been, well, I mean, it's only been 3 minutes of play, but have not talked a lot about Anderson, and we could obviously spend all day talking about Anderson's resume as Milic goes right at Hatar, and that's a good job staying straight up by the, you mentioned it, 2 meters 8. No reason to even lower your hands.
Yeah. That's 6'10". It's crazy.
We played against her.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. She makes it very difficult in the paint.
That shot no good, but offensive rebound, 3-point shot. Hatar comes up with the rebound, and Rodriguez telling her team to run. She wants to push the tempo. Little hesitation, finds Hatar. Hatar, easy basket underneath. So her first 2 points of the game have come somewhat early in the fourth quarter, and that's a good sign. She had a nice high-low action for their first 2 points. So definitely getting Hatar involved early in this game is Avenida. Anderson, little shake and bake. Ooh, spin move, fade away. And how about that big time move by Yvonne Anderson?
It was really nice. She's so smooth. Anderson is tough. She's really tough to guard.
Quick. She has a nice change of speed, change of direction. Obviously, plays for the Serbian national team, her adoptive country. Quick foul called on Fenerbahce, so ball out of bounds. Avenida, they go inside Rodriguez. Drive baseline. They find Hill. Hill's a 2-point shot, back rim, as Fenerbahce comes up with the rebound. And Collier, a rare few misses early in the game for her.
And she missed a free throw. I'm like, did I jinx her? Oopsies.
Lauda Hill in the low block, little shake and bake. Great job protecting the ball and going straight up against Collier in the post. As nice start for the game, Lauda Hill already.
I like that they're switching their defense up already.
Anderson left open at 3. That shot is well off. So ball back to Avenida. So you mentioned Avenida switching their defense up early in this game, trying to always keep Fenerbahce on their toes offensively.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to mix things up, do whatever they can to slow down their big three.
Well, big three, obviously no Emma Miesemann tonight. She didn't play last week either. A little bit of an ankle injury, as Kristen said. Rodriguez, little left-handed underhand layup there, protects it. And how about this? Fenerbahce and Coach Garnier want to call a timeout because clearly she's not too happy about what she sees her team doing defensively, ni offensively, and she wants to talk about it. As we see some highlights from this first quarter, and really 12-8, but defensively and offensively, Avenida looked like the more comfortable team.
Absolutely, and I'm not super surprised by that just because they're at home. You always play a little bit better when you're at home, and they know what's on the line, right? They have to get this win tonight. There's not a ton of room for error for them. So I think if they stay at this pace, they're in a good position to get the win.
Well, and let's not forget, we haven't seen Prince yet in the game. How about Vilaro, their two top scorers from last week?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. and they haven't even really gone inside to Hatar yet. It's just that one play. So I feel like maybe they're holding some things up their sleeves for a little bit, you know?
We'll see. It's a long game. There's still 4 minutes left in this quarter, 4.5 minutes left in this quarter. But a great start just in general, offensively, defensively. I think they know what is on the line, definitely, but they're also not intimidated of this Fenerbahce team.
Yeah, I mean, that always tends to happen when you've played a team once or twice. You get a little bit more comfortable with them. And, last game they scored 91 points, so I think they know what they're capable of.
Yeah.
It just comes down to execution.
Well, Uzun now bringing the ball up for Fenerbahce. She's trying to find Collier, but Laura Hill just all over her defensively. She kicks it out. She wants it back, almost loses it, finds Milic from free. Her three-point shot, no good. Anderson almost with the offensive board, but a good defensive possession. And the big woman running, Hatar, kicks it back out. Ooh, Dallaire sweeps baseline, little bit of hang time, and a nice finish by Antonia Dallaire, the Belgium national player.
It's a great finish.
Collier, no catch by Collier is easy so far in this first quarter. Uzun, little pull-up jump shot. And McBride can't tip it in. Rodriguez has an opportunity to push it, and a good foul there by Uzun.
I think the crowd might have helped.
The crowd
might have helped them on that one.
Help the referees, you mean?
Exactly.
Salamanca looking like the veteran team they are. They're up 14-8 over Fenerbahce. 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It is a must-win game for this team if they want to continue to play in EuroLeague Women. It's the best of three quarterfinal actions. Rodriguez looks like she was going for the handoff, just turns the corner. No defense there to stop her. And a nice take by her. Anderson to McBride. McBride tries to turn the corner. She has not seen the light of day either. Collier. Oh, there she is. Now she's open.
Oh.
Well, I think she needs about half a second of being open to knock down a three-point shot, especially.
It's so fast. It's unbelievable. It's like you can't even blink your eye, and the shot's already up.
We see a couple substitutions. Vilaro in.
Ooh.
And that shot was blocked. Fenerbahce with an opportunity to run. They do. No good. Kicks it out. Finds the shooter. McBride, she's made one. Make it one. Milic there diving in for the offensive rebound. And a reach-in foul is going to go against Rodriguez.
I like that Rodriguez is going after anything possible. I mean, look at this. Nope, give it up, up. Really scrambling it for everything.
Personally, I think in those do or die games, those 50-50 balls, every possession counts, right?
Oh, for sure. 1000%.
Well, you saw Hatar go out, and Prince, big game for her, over 20 points last week off the bench. She has had an injury. She's been back a couple weeks now for Avenida. Penetration, no good. Hit with a defensive rebound. And she says, I don't need a point guard. I'll bring it up myself. Finds Okay Çakar Turgut, who spent the majority of her career actually playing for Fenerbahce. She won the championship last year with them. Prince, three-point shot, first look of the game, back rim, no good. McBride with the rebound. Onar brings it over, penetrates to the middle, and nice job and finish there by her, as now Avenida wants to call a timeout. So good response, maybe after some substitutions happened for Fenerbahce, as they've cut into this lead. They are still trailing by 3, 16-13, and it is a Avenida timeout.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting matchup tonight between Laura Hill and Nafisa Collier. You can already see them battling it out on both sides of the floor. For me, that's going to be a huge factor tonight.
Yeah, we saw that big block by Collier on Laura Hill. You mentioned it, I think, Collier, obviously she hasn't spent the entire season with Fenerbahce. She played a couple of games in the beginning, then left for a while, joined them a couple weeks ago. She's probably one of the best offensive players, going up against one of the best defensive players in the Women's EuroLeague.
Yeah, so it'll be a question of, is it better offense or better defense?
Well, more substitutions as you see Laxa checking into the game for Fenerbahce.
Another Latvian shooter.
Yep. Very good shooter. She
also has a quick trigger.
Yeah, excellent EuroLeague campaign. Oh, Çakar Turgut, spin move, no good. She finds Rodriguez, though. Rodriguez forces the switch. Can they find Hill? They're looking for her. Nope, Rodriguez says, I'll do it on my own, as Badian, who just checked into the game, is going to come up with her first team foul.
Badian had some foul trouble the first game as well. So I don't know if it's only her second game with them, so she's probably trying to get used to the way that they play. But she's not usually in a lot of foul trouble.
Well, you said it. She just joined the team. Before that, I think last week was her first game with Fenerbahce, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So it might take a little while to adjust, obviously, to what Coach Garnier wants, but also the style of play and her teammates. Yeah, it's not easy joining a team this late in the season.
Especially during playoff mode. It's a whole different bag.
As we see Sika Kone into the game for Salamanca. She is going to be an upcoming star, that is for sure. At the buzzer, who else but Collier?
That was a perfect example of great defense by Avenida, and then Collier hits a buzzer beater.
Rodriguez uses the screen, finds Kone. Kone takes her time. She's not going to miss when she is that deep. And what a season she has had for such a young player as well, to get some significant minutes. And maybe she got more minutes. Onar just right down the key, is not able to convert. But, maybe she got more minutes than predicted with the loss of Kusula, the Greek international, who, unfortunately tore her ACL at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that's a big loss for them. But like you said, I think Kone actually she struggled last game. She got some good shots, so it's probably a good sign that the first one for her went in. Probably give her a little bit more confidence.
Well, Hail Mary by Rodriguez is no good, and that is going to be the end of 10 minutes. And what a game we have here for you in Salamanca, Spain. At the end of 10, Avenida leading Fenerbahce 19-15.
Yeah, I think Avenida's on pace right now. If they want to win this game, they have to keep Fenerbahce within the 70-point range, in my opinion.
Well, 70 points is going to be 28 points less than what they gave up last week. I mean, they are playing in Salamanca, so is that almost 30 points? I guess we'll find out. They're on pace, though.
They're on pace for that. Can they keep it up? I don't know. Nobody said it would be easy.
Well, nice, absolutely a great first quarter, a nice start for Avenida. As you see Rodriguez there, 5 points, 2 assists already. I thought Lauda Hill was excellent. She has 6 points to go along with 2 rebounds, but also defensively, maybe getting in the head a little bit of some of the Fenerbahce players. And then of course, for me, after 10 minutes of play, I think Milic was probably the best performer for Fenerbahce. She has 5 points. Well, I'm gonna say McBride had 2 open looks. She made 1 or 2 from 3.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Milic was the best player during that quarter. But 15 points, that's not a lot for Fener. I mean, they usually score, I think, in the high 80s. I think they are first in EuroLeague, scoring at 86 points per game.
Well, that's a lot of points, but Salamanca playing at home. Sorry, Avenida playing in Salamanca at home. And this is a hard place to play as well. Nice defense there by Laxa. Comes up with a steal, finds a running Milic to Onar. And nice quick 2 points off of forcing Avenida into a turnover. So they tie the game 19 apiece. And nice start here in the second quarter by Fenerbahce. Shakar Turgut finds Prince. Prince to the corner. That pass well out of reach for Vilaro. So 2 turnovers to start this quarter for Fenerbahce.
Yeah, it's not the greatest start, but hopefully they can get it together and turn things around.
Oh, that's a good job on the defensive end. Carter now pushing the ball, finds Vilaro. Vilaro not even looking for her shot, considering she was, 5 threes last game? 5 of 8. Kone.
Yeah, she was 5 for 8.
Oh, going up against Badian. That's going to be a turnover. Lifted her pivot foot before getting the ball down.
I'm not sure if Vilaro has taken a shot yet today. No, she has not.
She's not the kind of player who is going to force a shot, but considering how good of a three-point shooter she is, you need to somehow get her touches. They go inside to Badian. Badian in the key against Kone. No good. Kone, just not able to hold on to the ball. So that's going to be a 3rd turnover going against Avenida in 2.5 minutes of play. Well, I think they're going to discuss it here.
Oh.
Well, I mean, the camera moved. We didn't get to see if she came down on her foot on the replay. Well, it doesn't matter. It happens. Equals out at the end of the game. Ball back, Fenerbahce. They go into McBride. Dallaire. Nice defense. That's a tough shot as Carter comes up with a rebound.
To settle down and get a nice possession here.
Talked about it. You need 5 shots for Villaro, and they listened as her first 3-point bucket of this game.
I don't think it will be the last one. Ooh.
Prince inside to Kone. Kone with a mismatch underneath. McBride doesn't want to foul. And nice couple possessions there by Avenida.
I feel like they're trying to get the ball inside to Kone, which I'm all for. I'm just curious why they don't do the same thing when Hatar's on the floor. I'm missing something.
Obviously, Hatar joined the team after Christmas. She was playing in Sopron, where she has spent the majority of her career, actually, and won a EuroLeague championship with them. Unfortunately, ended up tearing her ACL at the end of that season. Laxa turns the corner, finds Badian. Badian, that's going to be a turnover. So good couple defensive possessions here by Avenida as they have a slight 5-point lead.
Quite a few turnovers on both sides, huh?
Yeah, especially in the second quarter. I thought the first quarter turnovers were limited, and now nerves, or maybe picked up a little bit of defensive intensity as well.
Could be. Oh, and
that's another one.
There we go.
As Carter just passed the ball to Laxa, and Onar now wants to set things up. Off-ball foul is going to be called against, I believe, Villaro.
Is that a dog squeaky toy that you hear in the stands?
Yeah, I think it's like this ducky thing.
Oh.
You know, the chicken? I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
McBride inside to Badian. Badian, nowhere to go. Finds Milic at the free throw line. That shot's blocked by Prince. And now Villaro. She may have won this quarter. Gets it to Kone. Kone wants to find Delaire. She does. Delaire goes back inside to Kone. Kone, what a quarter she has had, as that is going to be an M1 play, possible 3-point play for Zika Kone. And some great minutes, especially here in the second half. I believe that's second quarter, 6 points for her just in this quarter alone.
Huge difference between this game and the first game, huh? You can tell that she's got her confidence back. Yeah. She's hitting all these, I don't want to say easy, because they're not easy shots. A lot of these shots have been contested, but she was missing a lot of this in the first game in Fener.
Yep, I absolutely agree with you. But I also think that's, what to be expected. She's only 21 years old.
Oh, she's a baby. I didn't think I knew that.
21 years old. She obviously, she has played for Mali, represents her national team. And, playing with Avenida this year, it's her first EuroLeague experience. So, and like I said, I think if they had Fasula, who played for them last year, excellent Greek basketball player, she might not have got as much playing time and opportunity as she has had this year, but I think she's proven that, she can play at this level. She might just still be a little, maybe inconsistent some games because of her age and experience. Well,
she rose to the opportunity, I'll tell you that.
And she continues to rise here. Nice 6 points for her, 3 of 3 from the field in this second quarter alone. And I think a great job by Avenida realizing, the advantage that they have. And they have made a conscious effort to get the ball inside to her almost every possession down the court.
I completely agree with you, Nick. Great minutes.
Well, she gets high fives from her teammates as she goes out, and they put one of the best defensive players in the Women's EuroLeague, Lauda Hidden, back into the game for Zika Kone. So she's getting a little bit of a rest. Onar at the free throw line, trying to find someone who's open. She does. And how about that fadeaway? No good. Vilaro there. Defensive rebound. Wants to push the tempo. She has Hill trailing. Gets it to Carter. Carter now. Nowhere to go. Finds Prince. Good three-point shooter. That's off the mark. And fight for the rebound. And you talked about it in the first quarter. You just see, you know, especially from Avenida, the desire, like how they are taking every possession offensively and defensively like it's their last.
As they should, because it is. I mean,
it could be, you mean?
It could be. I mean, it could be. Excuse me. Yeah, for sure. I mean, they have no choice. They win or they go home. So they have to keep fighting.
Well, you mentioned it. They win or they go home. This is the second game. It is a 3-game series here in the quarterfinals of the FIBA Women's EuroLeague competition. And there's some other games going on right now. We'll talk about those at halftime because this game is too good to get away from. 27-19, and that's going to be another turnover for Fenerbahce. They had a good, minute and a half, 2 minutes of this quarter. And then after that, Avenida calmed down, and it has been all Fenerbahce.
How many turnovers is that? I need to
look at the stats.
Look at the stats here, because I'm really surprised. Fener only averages about 10 turnovers per game.
It has to be at least half of that.
I feel like, yeah, it's got to be around there, too.
And a quick foul where McBride says, I don't think so. I had all ball.
Yeah, they're already at 4.
Obviously,
not terrible.
Not terrible, but there's still 5 minutes left in this quarter, and I feel like
true.
All 4 of those were in the second quarter. Obviously, Kayla McBride in talks of being MVP of this year's women's regular season EuroLeague competition. As shot clock violation. So nice defensive effort there by Fenerbahce as they get the ball back. Onar. Oh, sorry, Uzun. Excuse me. Running the point for Fenerbahce. Uses pick, turns the corner, kicks it to the baseline. Oh, Anderson. I think it was a 2-point basket. Again, you talked about the big 3, and we've had about almost 16 minutes of play in the first half, and how Avenida really need to control the big 3 in McBride, Collier, and Anderson. I think they've done that so far in this game.
Absolutely, they have, and that's why they've got 21 points, which, in my opinion, is not bad at all. With 4 minutes and some change left in the second.
Carter finds Prince. Prince! Nice little shot in the key as she gets her first 2 points of this game.
For me, the question is, can they keep them in the low, tens?
Low tens. For an average person, 10 points a game would be good, but these people you expect 20s. Well, that's another turnover, so they're about 5 turnovers. Half of their regular average is Fenerbahce as Rodriguez gets all the way to the basket. And nice aggressiveness from her as she has been putting in some big, important minutes, energy for this Avenida team. And Anderson might have got away with a travel. Doesn't matter because it was a turnover anyway.
Another turnover.
Yep. And you say another turnover, but I think we need to also give credit a little bit to Avenida's defense.
Oh, for sure. I think they're definitely more intense this game than they were in game 1.
Well, they had to be. I'm sure this entire week preparing for the game, they knew that they could not give up 98 points, especially at home, and come away with a win.
Right. especially with them. I think they only average just under 70 points a game. So
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that they scored 91.
Yeah, very true. Well, Carter almost turns it over, but is able to pick her ball up. She finds Hill. Hill shot fake, drive, and good job there as she has drawn 2 fouls on Fenerbahce the last 2 possessions. And then is that a little bit of scouting report? Would you rather give that shot? Because you know that Lauda Hill is going to shot fake and drive, right?
Yeah, and she's going to drive left. She likes to drive left. So I would have given her the shot, but I'd also don't have the athleticism as Nafisa Collier. So,
well, you might know the scouting better. You did play a season with Lauda Hill last year in Spain with Basketball, obviously in EuroLeague as well. So, but you imagine, I mean, these players know each other well enough. Coaches have scouted. Ooh, Badian open underneath, and a nice little finish by her, and action there by Fenerbahce to finally stop the bleeding. And I feel like they haven't scored in a while.
That's true. I think it has been a while.
Dallaire to Hill.
Prince has also been kind of quiet.
Yep. Rodriguez, no good. That's a turnover. McBride. How quick was that? Stop and pop.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Whose shot do you think is faster, McBride or Sammy Whitcomb?
Oh, good question. Obviously, Sammy Whitcomb. She's played in EuroLeague women's competition as well. She plays for Australia. Let's not forget, an Olympian, a World Cup player for Australia, and is playing in the Australian Women's Basketball League this year. I don't know. Sammy Whitcomb's shot is very fast.
Yeah, they're both.
Carter gets her own rebound, and no one there to defend her, so an easy 2-point bucket. McBride's a little taller, so does it seem like she gets her shot off quicker?
It's really hard to say. I would love to see them do a shootout. Got away with that one.
Anderson make that 2 from that exact same quarter. That time it's a 3-point shot. So we are just under 2 minutes here to play before halftime. Avenida up 34-26. What do you think about that defense?
It's a 2-3 zone here. I'm actually surprised.
Well, nice patience there by Avenida and moving the ball around as they find a wide open Hatar underneath the basket. And that's going to be out of bounds.
Goodness.
So another turnover by Fenerbahce and ball back to Avenida. Well, what a second quarter.
Crowd's starting to feel it.
Yeah, they are. You feel they're a little bit louder, they're a little bit more excited. It's a 17-11 quarter, and there's still a minute and a half left for Avenida. Rodriguez. Well, they're back in man defense. They try to go inside to Hatar, but that's picked off by Badian. Anderson now.
I like the effort trying to go into it to Hatar. I appreciate the effort.
McBride just dribbles through her legs and loses it. And Lauda Hill with a missed easy 2-point basket for her. So Fenerbahce got away with one there as Anderson right down the middle of the key. She gets it back. She's made a couple on the other side. Can she make it on this side? Yes, she can. It's going to be a 2-point bucket though.
Are you surprised? I'm not. It's Yvonne Anderson. Like, come on. It's too easy.
I thought she was used to the other side of the court. It's the same spot, just the other side of the court. Carter. And no good. That's going to be a turnover. So quite a few turnovers actually here in this second quarter in general with these two teams.
Avenida's killing me. They're killing me.
36-29. And it's going to be last possession for Fenerbahce. Going to use a little bit of the clock. Badian inside to Milic. And Rodriguez fouls because they have fouls to give. And like you mentioned it, good foul, why not?
Yeah, smart play.
Well, baseline, no good. It's knocked out of bounds by Hatar, so they take 0.45 seconds off of the clock. 3.1 seconds left before halftime. Trying to find McBride, they don't. Well, they do. And Dallaire said I was standing straight up. Are you sure it was called on me? But good job there by McBride drawing the contact. Oh, it might have been on the pass, actually. Not really the shot. But the referee says, nope, not on the pass. It was on the shot. So Kayla McBride's going to go to the free throw line. Obviously an excellent free throw shooter.
Still not bad. 20, what is this, 29 points?
Yep.
Not terrible for Avenida.
Well, McBride knocks it down. No, I mean 30 points for Fenerbahce, as Avenida are going to call timeout, and why not? Because if coach doesn't use the timeout, he actually loses it. So drop a little play, you know, full court play, baseball pass. What do? Put Hatar underneath the basket and just tell her go up and get it?
Yes. Why not? I mean,
Fenerbahce is in foul trouble too, so they can't foul.
Well, there you go. No, I would throw it up to Hatar. I mean, she's 2 meters 8. Nobody can touch her. Just throw it up there.
Well, there you see some highlights from this quarter, and that woman right there, number 3, Sika Kone, what a quarter she had. 5 minutes of play and 7 points.
Yeah, I would imagine they'll have to go back to her in the second half to get their offense going again.
Well, there's a little bit of time. It's going to be, I imagine, a baseball pass on the to the other side of the court, hopefully.
Little half-court shot, maybe?
Rodriguez throws it up, and no good as McBride comes up with it. It's not someone you want shooting from half.
Absolutely not.
But that time, no good. So what a first half for Avenida, and it was all about what are they going to do defensively to stop the big 3, and I think they've stopped the big 3 as Avenida are leading 36-30 here at halftime in Salamanca. And Kristen, you said it, they needed to do something different and better defensively, and that's exactly what we've seen.
Yeah, for sure. I think they've done a great job controlling Kayla McBride. She's 1 for 7 right now, only 5 points. In comparison to game 1, she had 27. So that's a huge difference for me right now.
Yeah, and you know, Anderson, when left open, obviously is going to make you pay, but we haven't seen her with a lot of open looks though.
No, we haven't. But I mean, she's going to knock them down when she is open. I mean, that's what she does, right? 9 points for me. That's around her average right now. So Anderson, with her experience, she's going to find ways to score. Collier, on the other hand, is also, let's see, where is she at right now? I think she's only at 3 points. Yep. So I think they've done a fantastic job trying their best to control Collier and McBride. Can they maintain that for 20 more minutes? That's the big question.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Obviously, nice offensive outputs by Laura Hill, 7 points. Rodriguez with 7 points. I think, biggest quarter or first half for me absolutely was Sika Kone off the bench, like I mentioned just before. 5 minutes and 7 points for that woman. So they're getting it done offensively, but it's more their defensive effort and how they're trying to shut down some of the superstars of Fenerbahce as we see some highlights from the first half. And we talked about Anderson, and she wasn't open a lot, but if she is open, she is not going to
Yeah, she's
miss,
not missing. It's
as you
shooting
see
practice.
back to back shots by her. Well, it is halftime here in Salamanca, Spain. Don't go far because we have a game for you. It is do or die. Avenida need to get a win. Welcome back, folks. It is halftime here in Salamanca in a must-win game, and they are playing like it as they are up 36-30 over the defending champs, Fenerbahce. And Shona Thorper alongside Kristen Mann calling tonight's game. There's a lot of must-win games, obviously. It's a 3-game series. And just to give you a quick highlight of some other games that are going on tonight, Villeneuve d'Ascq are up on DBTK Miskolc 55-51, a game that they have to win, Villeneuve d'Ascq. Skio beating Prague 70-56. Zaragoza beating Kirkorova Mersin 45-41. So every team that has to win tonight are currently up, but the games are not even close to being over.
Still pretty fun for women's basketball.
It is a great sign for women's basketball. And you talked about it in the first half, how badly you want to see Avenida win because you just want a game 3.
Yeah, I'm not playing favorites here. I just want a game 3. That's it.
Well, they are 20 minutes away from a game 3. Can they pull it off? Well, we'll find out in 20 minutes. We talked about how, defensively, they absolutely had to do something different, Avenida, from last week because they allowed 98 points to Fenerbahce, who are missing, if not one of the top players in the world, Emma Miesemann. And, they've done a great job here, but can they continue to, and I think it's more the looks. Like, they've had limited looks, the top three players who you talked about at the beginning of the game for Fenerbahce. Can they continually do that? Or, are they going to have to change things up defensively?
I think they just got to keep doing what they're doing. For example, Lara Hill is playing phenomenal defense on Collier tonight so far. Really in her shorts defensively. So I think if they take away the easy looks and make it difficult, make it hard for them to score, it's in their favor, especially with them being at home.
Yeah. Well, home court definitely a big advantage in this competition in general, and you see that a lot of teams, those also playing in the quarterfinals. Home court has definitely been an advantage all throughout the regular season as well. Welcome back, fans. It is quarterfinal action here in Salamanca, Spain. Avenida up on Fenerbahce 36-30 in the first 20 minutes of play. Avenida with the ball to start the third quarter as Carter is left open from 3. It's tipped, though, or blocked, I should say, and Hill needs to put it up because shot clock winding down, almost got the kiss. Oh, Hatar with a big offensive rebound, didn't need a dribble, should have just gone straight up, so missed opportunity there by Avenida in their first possession offensively. Shona Thorper alongside Kristen Mann bringing you tonight's game. And we talked all first half, Kristen, and talked a little bit at halftime as well. How do you continue to limit touches and looks by the big 3? And, well, that's the response.
Yeah, that was pretty good defense, too. I mean, I don't know, better offense.
That's going to be a quick foul. And I think that's only her second team foul. Might be her third team foul, actually. Third personal foul.
I was like, 13 foul, that was fast.
Yeah. Which, that could also be problematic.
Yeah, with 9 minutes left.
She's going to go out, so it is her third personal foul. Badian back in. And, one of the best players for Fenerbahce. Didn't play the whole season. If she had played the whole season with the way that she has played in the games that she's played, she would be in the MVP category. Talk, at least. Atar to Carter. Hill has it. Handoff. Rodriguez. Ooh.
Oh, what a. Ooh. Oh.
It was $1 million pass.
Yeah.
And Hill not able to finish as McBride running draws a foul. So great free throw. Sorry, Milic is going to go to the free throw line.
Did they call that on Hatar?
Well, Hatar was pretty straight up from our angle on that replay. And if it's going against Hatar, it might be her third foul as well. The good news is you have maybe Sika Kone coming in off the bench, who had a great second quarter, as you saw Coach Garnier talking with her assistant. Garnier taking over for Marina Markovic, who guided Fenerbahce to the women's EuroLeague crown last year. And I know a lot of people kind of compare the two teams, this year's Fenerbahce team to last year's. What are your thoughts on that?
That's tough. I mean, they're completely different rosters. I mean, I think they only have maybe 3 or 4 players that are returning from last season, and a different coach, like you said. So
Yep.
that's a hard comparison, but obviously they still finished first in EuroLeague. So I mean, they know what they're doing when they're building the team. But yeah, it's a tough comparison.
Oh, quick foul there. And Avenida with the ball. Delaire, nowhere to go. She has Hatar, who has the mismatch. Oh, Hatar could have just taken her time. Extra pass to Delaire, and referee says no good. It was after the shot clock. And I really don't think Bernadette Hatar needed to kick that ball out.
Yeah, she definitely should have kept it and just turned around and flipped it in.
Or dunked it. As Onar getting the start for Fenerbahce in the third quarter. Badian is going to go to the free throw line. And let's take a look here. Nice spin move. Oh, referee says it was on the shot. Hill knew she fouled. She put her hand up, and then she kind of, you know, pointed to the floor, like, but it was on the floor, no?
Yeah, no. They need to settle down here and get a good offensive possession. Oh boy. Okay, that was a foul. It's like, oh no.
Well, you said it. That was a foul, and that's going to be the third team foul in just over 2 minutes of play.
We spoke it into existence.
Yeah. And Carter, good job. Nice shot by her. And
like
really offensive. Yeah, you like to see her be a little bit more aggressive.
A little bit more aggressive.
I was just about to say, though, I feel like everyone from Avenida are at least looking for their shots. Like, they've had nice contributions from many players. Badian, back rim, Hatar there with the rebound. Carter takes 2 defenders. Hill, ball reversal. Rodriguez had a wide open look, but it's going to be a moving screen foul. So that is also, I think, the third team foul of Avenida.
That would have been nice. That was a nice ball movement, but moving screen.
Well, moving screen counts as a turnover as well. Anderson, a little bit.
She might have got away with a double dribble.
Great strong take, no good. Offensive rebound though. Milic is there for it. She's going to draw a foul. I believe it's going to go against Kone.
Yeah, I think it probably is on Kone. I was going to make a comment that there weren't a lot of free throws shot in the first half, and now I feel like it's already been doubled
All
in the
we've
first
seen is
3 minutes of the second half.
well, both teams a lot on the line. Avenida, it is a do or die game for them. Fenerbahce, they want to finish this series and book their ticket to the Final Four tonight. As Rodriguez has it on the wing. Ooh, nice hands by Anderson. Anderson, how quick is she?
Nice.
As defense leads to offense. And a quick timeout by head coach of Avenida. As doesn't really like, that hasn't seen what we saw in the first half from his team.
Absolutely, yeah. It's two different teams right now for me. I think they need to settle down a little bit, focus on one possession at a time. They need to get the easy bucket and go back to they were so solid on defense in the first half. It's kind of slipping away from them right now.
Well, still a lot of time left to play here. 38-41, 6 minutes and 37 seconds. But Fenerbahce have outscored them 2-11 to begin this quarter.
Yeah.
And we talked about it. You know, they did a really good job on the big three. And first possession offensively, 3-point shot.
I call it, yeah. Yeah, their big three are slowly starting to get warm here. Even Milic, she's sneaking in there, huh? She's got 8 points.
Yep.
A quiet 8 points, but I feel like she did that last game too.
Yeah, she had a really good game for them that you didn't notice at the end of the game when you looked at the statistics how good of a game she had. Absolutely. Well, let's see what Avenida can do out of that timeout. A little floppy action. You talked about it in the first quarter, Kristen. Carter looking for Hill. No good. Kone comes up. Ball reversal. Rodriguez. Shot clock winding down. They're going to have to let it fly. They do. And that is the second 24-second shot clock violation going against Avenida in the first 4 minutes of this quarter.
It's really unfortunate coming out of a timeout. You're hoping that whatever the coach drew up, you can execute it well. And I mean, kudos to Fener. They played a great defensive possession.
Ball back, Fenerbahce with an opportunity to add to the scoring run that they have gone on. And I was going to say, if anyone could do it, it would definitely be McBride. But that shot off the back corner, Carter now finds a wide open Hill. Not great get back defense there by Fenerbahce and not able to make the layup, but she is going to go to the free throw line. And you mentioned it, we've seen a lot more free throws already in this third quarter than we did almost the entire first quarter.
I think there were maybe 10 free throws total in the first half.
I think you're right. Well, Avenida, they're 3 of 5 right now. And Fenerbahce, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Onar, nowhere to go, finds a cutting Badian. Badian's shot from the elbow is good. And nice little addition Fenerbahce made, bringing her in a week and a half ago, I guess you could say. Rodriguez has got it up top. Vilaro, great game last week. Hasn't really looked for her shot. He loses the ball on the way up, but it's going to stay Avenida ball. And 3.5 seconds on the shot clock.
That was a good save by her.
Throw it into the arm of a blue jersey. Well, they get it in. Probably had time to maybe attack. 3.5 seconds. Instead, Rodriguez' shot is well off, so ball back to Fenerbahce. Anderson, penetrate, kick. Onar's shot, front rim. Rodriguez there for the rebound. And she gets it to Carter. Carter's shot, back rim, no good.
So that she put her hand up. I think she knows that wasn't the best shot that they could have taken in that possession.
But you mentioned you love to see her be a little bit more aggressive. And more involved offensively.
I don't know if a pull-up three is necessarily her strength, but, you know, wow, that's a tough shot.
McBride doing McBride things. And great job there by her.
But yeah, I like to see Carter more aggressive off of the pick and roll, going to the basket.
Well, not a lot going the way we saw in the first half for Avenida. As you see Villaro, she's going to be called for the foul, but more importantly, in my opinion, was kind of the frustration and expression on her face after that foul was called. And I don't think it was just about that foul.
No, I think it's just this entire quarter. They need a spark. Something needs to happen. Maybe we haven't seen Prince this quarter, have we?
No, she's playing limited minutes here today if you compare the minutes that she got last week, and especially considering how well she played last week. Rodriguez, penetration kick, Hill, front rim, Badian there for the defensive rebound.
It was a good possession.
Yep, that was a nice look. They're just going to have to string together a couple of makes along with a couple defensive stops, as this quarter has been all Fenerbahce, as Onar just a great job attacking the basket, and no help side coming. Villaro to Rodriguez. She wants a screen. She gets a screen. And you leave the shooter open. But Villaro's shot, no good, as Onar hustles after that defensive board. Badian to Anderson. Anderson. And a reach-in foul is going to go against Laura Hill. And that will be her third personal foul.
And 2 free throws.
And more importantly, yeah, you said it, 2 free throws. Well,
they got to find a way to stop the bleeding before this gets out of hand.
I was just going to say, you know how the referees are calling the game. And even just calling this quarter, you have to also adjust if you're a player, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's 4 to 18 point quarter for Fenerbahce.
4 to 18.
4 to 18 point quarter. That's it, it's almost, you have 2 minutes and 40, let's say 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in the quarter. String together a couple makes, a couple stops, and just hope that you go down into the fourth quarter, maybe single digits.
Exactly.
Give yourself a chance to win. Kone, why not go to her? She had a great first half. No good, though. Fight for the rebound. Everything is Fenerbahce. In 8 minutes we have seen played in this quarter. As defensively, they're getting it done. Offensively, and they're doing this with Collier on the bench with 3 fouls. Well, the referees, I believe, are going to talk about this and see if they want to review it. Obviously, the coach can also ask for a coach's challenge. Shakar Turgut, number 2, says, I positive I did not touch that. And guess what? the 4,000 fans we have in the gym, Kristen, are also saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, the fans
it worked
won.
out for them. Yeah, the fans won.
The fans won, and the referees said, yeah, you're right. It was white ball.
They have to get a good look in this possession.
I agree. A couple good looks and a couple good stops.
Yeah.
And they will have survived the quarter, let's say. And that is not, and you just see the little hoppity hop after there by Kone, as she knows I missed an easy one and I gotta be better. Uzun to Badian. Milic was open for a second, but she finds McBride. To Milic this time, and no foul on that call. All ball. Villaro with the rebound, wants to push the tempo. She finds Kone. That time she doesn't miss.
I think they'll be all right if they can get a couple more stops. Get a stop here, a bucket, maybe another stop. That'll help give them momentum going into the fourth quarter.
Well, right now, nothing really going well.
Gosh.
And McBride had about a half a second of openness. Is that a word?
Yeah.
And she knocks that shot down.
Amazing.
She's almost really better when she's well defended.
Exactly.
And that pass to Kone, no good. So another turnover in this quarter for Avenida. And their shot clock violations count as turnovers as well. And they have bumped their turnover total to 16 now, where in the first half we were talking about Fenerbahce's turnover. And they've done a great job limiting their turnovers in the third quarter.
That sixth man starting to get a little rowdy.
Her get hot, or Prince, like you mentioned. She's kind of been quiet.
Prince has been very quiet today. Oh, another turnover.
Yeah, another turnover, as she had Prince wide open in the corner.
And I think she just lost her footing. She was trying to get the contact against Badian, and
well, a little full court pressure, why not? There's 20 seconds left in this quarter. That has been all blue jerseys. Fenerbahce, they're obviously going to go for one shot. Anderson wants to hold on to it for a little while. She uses a pick. She finds Badian. That's going to be a two-point shot.
Wow.
And it went halfway in and then popped back out. So considering how difficult the quarter was for Fenerbahce, I almost feel like for them to go into the fourth quarter only down 10 is almost a gift. They are trailing now 42-52 to Fenerbahce. They were outscored 6-22 in that quarter, Kristen.
Crazy. Like, it's amazing that it is only 10 points, and it's not that bad. I think they just have to take it one possession at a time. But they need to get some scoring. I mean, 42 points is not a lot going into the fourth quarter.
Well, there you saw some highlights from last year's championship. And Kristen, sorry to cut you off there. What were you saying about that quarter as you see the scoring per quarter? 6-22 in that third quarter.
Yeah, I'm all for defense is going to win championships and stuff like that, but you also have to score the ball. You got to put the ball in the basket. They have to find a way. Avenida has to find a way to score here. I mean, 6 points, 42 points going into the fourth quarter is just not enough. I'm still patiently waiting for a Hatar. I don't know if that's going to be a game changer, but I would love to see them get get her the ball inside. I don't know if it's going to happen.
Waiting.
But
Yeah. And I feel, when she's had the opportunity and when she's had looks, I think she's been efficient. They just they don't look to her.
they don't look for her. Yeah.
That often. She's only shot 3 times. She can't really do much better than 2 for 3.
2
correct?
for 3. Right. I'm just shocked that they don't look for her more.
Well, Prince only 3 shots here today, considering her output last week. As they go to a zone, and they find McBride, who is fouled. I mentioned it, 85% free throw shooter is heading to the line for 3.
One person you didn't want to leave open, but
Yep. Well, not the best way. Oh, commentator's jinx, I guess that was. As she does not miss often.
we've done that a couple times tonight.
And while these free throws are happening, I'm going to give you a little heads up about what happened in the other games, in the other quarterfinal games. A must-win game for Villeneuve-d'Ascq. At home, they did it. They beat DVTK 63-59. Skio, a must-win game, pulled it off against ZVBC Praha 73-61. And Zaragoza, a must-win game, a 1-point win over Kukurova Mersin, 57-56. So every team that had to win won. Now all we need is Salamanca, Avenida to win as well. So it is the best of 3 games, and they will be played next week, obviously. And Avenida losing the first one, 98-91 last week. Now they are trailing really only because of that third quarter, 44-53. And they've gone into a zone to start this fourth quarter, and I'm not sure it is.
I don't think it's working very well. You can say it.
Yeah, I hesitated.
That was way too easy of a layup. It was an uncontested layup by Collier.
Shakar Turgut, no good. Hill with the rebound, shot fake, penetration. Villaro, corner 3, well off. A rare air ball by Andrea Villaro from Avenida.
Yeah, that was great ball movement by Avenida. A couple extra passes to get it to the shooter.
Yep.
She's been on fire. Not so much this game, unfortunately. But normally she knocks those down.
Anderson. And, not just what they did offensively in that third quarter, but defensively they forced, rare miss by McBride, but an offensive rebound. And this is what they do. Good teams, right? They know who to find at the right moment. And then when you don't get a touch, someone goes in offensive rebounds.
Milic, she's everywhere.
And she's really kind of played sparingly this season. Obviously plays a little less when Emma Miesman is in the lineup for Fenerbahce, but since she has been injured, she has had to step up, and step up she has done.
Oh, she has, yeah. She does a lot of the dirty work, a lot of the stuff that you don't see on the stat sheet. And again, she's been super quiet tonight, 8 points. 6 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds so far.
Yeah.
That's a ton.
You and I watched the game last week, and the same sort of a feeling. You look at the stat sheet at the end of the game, you say, when did she end up with 15 points?
Right.
Shakar Turgut.
Oh, and another rebound.
Yeah, and another rebound. And just Avenida have gone cold. And they look like they're playing with a little less confidence, in my opinion, as well.
Yep. I completely agree with you.
They're only 1 of 10 from three-point range playing at home.
It's surprising because I think they average they're around 36% for the year.
So 10% compared to 36. Hopefully, and McBride is going to be called for the foul. So nice realization there by Avenida that Laura Hill had a mismatch, and they got the ball inside to her.
If I had a nickel for every time that Laura Hill got this call
You'd
throughout
be
her
retired?
career, maybe. She's so good at selling that. Like, I swear she gets a call like this every game. It's amazing.
More than one.
Probably more than one, yeah.
Well, that's what veterans do too, though, right?
For sure, absolutely.
Is not able to make the second of two from the free throw line. Shakar Turgut. Oh, yeah. Great job. Defensive effort. Those are the kind of defensive efforts you need as it leads to a wide open layup by Carter. And they got to get up. They got to pick up full court. This is the moment to put your foot to the pedal and start to go. And it's going to start on the defensive end and coming up with steals, forcing bad shots, and then having that defense lead to good offense for them.
I mean, they've got 7 minutes left. They have to find a way. And that wasn't the answer. But great execution by Fener.
But this is how good Fenerbahce is. I mean, you have McBride coming off of kind of a diamond action. Oh, good defensive effort, 3-on-1. And just an easy pass. And a quick timeout is going to be called by Avenida. And, you know, that last possession we were talking about, they decided to switch out because McBride was going out and she only needs half of a second to get her shot off. So they switch, and Anderson, running point guard at that time, just reads the pass.
Right.
And who's open, who has the mismatch.
Yeah, too easy.
Well, we have 7 minutes to play here, I believe it is. And Avenida trailing. It is a must-win game. They are down now, 46-61. It all started in that third quarter. They had a great first 20 minutes of play. They went down. They were outscored, 6-22. And now in this quarter, they're outscored 4-9. So things are not going the way that they want. But I think we need to give credit where credit is due, and Fenerbahce are showing that, hey, you know what, we can have an off or a not so good first half and can turn things around at halftime. And that's what good teams do, right?
Absolutely. They definitely made their adjustments at halftime. They came out more aggressive defensively. They're putting Avenida in a really tough position right now.
Well, let's see what Coach drew up in the timeout. And, I mean, they need a score, but they need stops also.
Yeah. They can do it. It's just you just got to take one possession at a time. You can't think too far ahead.
Almost a turnover. Rodriguez gets it. Shakar Turgut in the lane. No good. And probably not exactly what Coach drew up. And now Fenerbahce, if they win tonight, they will be waiting to find out who will be joining them in the Final Four, as everyone who needed to win tonight, it's the best of 3 games, won. So those 3 other games are tied 1 apiece. And, well, it'll go back to home court advantage. We will find out next week who will be joining Fenerbahce if they win here tonight. The game is not over. We got 5 minutes to play. Carter says, hey, the game's not over.
I feel like that's their first 3 in a long time, huh?
They've only made 1 all game, and it was Villaro.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, it was Villaro way back in the first quarter. McBride just throws it up. Good job there by Hill. Carter made that last 3-point bucket. Wants a screen.
Pop it, girl.
A little bit quicker ball movement. Passing by Avenida. Kone puts it up, but it goes in. And I think they took way too much time off of the shot
Yeah.
clock because they got to make up some points, and they got to make up some points fast. And you can't do that if you're using about 22 seconds of your shot clock with the amount of time that is left in this game. Well, Coach Garnier wants to talk about it because that's a little 5-0 run for Avenida.
It's a little baby run, but it's
a baby
something.
run.
It's a baby run.
I mean, you know, they're trailing 11. You get 2 stops and 2 threes on the other end, and it's a 2-possession game.
Right. And, you know, it's playoffs, so, you know, anything can happen. You never know.
Well, I mean, you and I have been covering, obviously, this game. I'd love to go and watch the highlights from that Zaragoza-Kukurova game, 57-56, as they tie it 1 apiece.
That's a low-scoring game, too.
Yep. Skio winning, a must-win over USK Praha, 73-61. Obviously, Praha finished first in Group B, so that's a big win for Skio. And then ESBVA Villeneuve d'Ascq from France beating DVTK Miskolc 63-59. So we will have a game 3 at least for 3 games next week.
Can Avenida make it 4?
Well, a little full court pressure here as they get it inside to Anderson, and she's going to take her time. And nice hands by Shakar Turgut. Not able to come up with the screen, but slows Fenerbahce down. McBride. Nice defense by Carter. She might have stepped. Well, I think the crowd,
yeah.
the crowd told the referee that she stepped on the line, midcourt line.
We're like,
I thought she did as well, but
yeah.
Let's take a look here. Kind of fumbles it a little bit.
Sometimes.
Oh yeah, easy.
No, yeah,
Great call by the fans.
Sometimes the toe isn't on, but then the heel is over, you know?
Can they get into this lead? They need a score.
They're taking
and that is going to be another turnover, though. And, you know, you have the ball in the front court. You only got 14 seconds. It's not a full 24-second shot clock. But I also thought it was good defense by Fenerbahce. We keep talking about Avenida not getting looks. Why aren't they getting looks?
Yeah, you're totally right. They've definitely changed their pressure defensively from the first half. It's completely different.
Milic, what a game she has had. And hold on, it's a travel call. Thought it was going to be an M1 for a second.
I did too, actually.
Had to wait for the referee's hand signal.
It's actually a really nice move.
It was a great move by a great player. Yeah. But look how good this Fenerbahce team is. And they're missing Emma Misaman.
It's scary.
Very scary. Rodriguez, no hesitation. She wants the ball inside the post. Well, they've cut it to 10. And there's 4 minutes. They got fouls to give. I understand the aggressiveness. Not really necessary, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I'm missing Miesman and, well, I guess Natasha Howard also, but maybe she's not playing now that Collier has arrived.
Yeah, I think she might play in Turkish. Well, what a heads-up play there by Onar, the point guard for Fenerbahce. As she just got all the way to the basket. No good. Sika Kone cleans up the miss, and she's going to go to the free throw line. So aggressive take by Laura Hill was no good, but Sika Kone there.
I like how aggressive
look at that.
Laura Hill was.
It's kind of what they need now. They need, you know, players going to the basket. The best way to get back in the game, right, is to stop the clock and score at the same time. The only way you can do that is at the free throw line.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, sorry. But then you got to make your free throws too, though.
That too. That's right. I think she's gonna make the second one.
Don't jinx her.
No.
Oh, make that 2-2. As they're there. Well, they got a miss. They forced a miss, I should say. Yep. Carter now. There's no slowing down. You got to try and get to the basket.
Oh, she should have kept that.
And I thought she could have gone up as well. Yeah. Instead, that's going to be another turnover by Avenida, and they have struggled with turnovers. They're already at 20, and I believe they were under 10 at halftime.
I think they had, yeah, I think you're right. I think they had about 10 at halftime.
And McBride, she's been off. Imagine if she's hit some shots where she's been open.
Big bucket. They needed that one.
Big bucket. They're not going away. There's 2.5 minutes. No need to start fouling. They've got it into single digits. You got to get stops, so you got to get good looks. I was about to start cheering on that play. And is that a rebounding foul?
I need a replay on that one.
Well, you got it.
Thank you. They heard me.
Oh, I mean, Laura? It was, the rebounding foul kind of hooked the arm on the baseline. So they're not in the bonus on the next foul by Avenida. Fenerbahce will be going to the basket. How many times have we seen Unar get to the key easily? That time she didn't take it up. She found Milic, who is quietly almost going to have a double-double in this game. And just unnecessary roughing there, as Milic, a little bit too aggressive, far away from the basket. She fouls Laura Hill.
Yeah, Milic is at 10 points, 8 rebounds. 12 points, excuse me. 12 points, 8 rebounds.
As Laura Hill comes out, she's played about 31 minutes. And I think it's Rodriguez checking into the game, number 3, it is 33, excuse me, getting her first minutes of this game.
That was a good take. Just unfortunate that she missed that layup. Was that 5 fouls? Did I miss that?
Oh, wow. So turnovers and foul trouble really for Avenida here in the second half. As you see Coach going to his bench, trying to get some energy, maybe fresh legs right here.
Still haven't seen Prince much the second half. She's only been playing about 15 minutes. You said she was coming off of an injury?
Yeah, she was out for quite a while. I believe it was a foot injury. She probably missed about 2.5 months of the season.
Okay.
Yep.
I wonder if that has...
Still on kind of limited playing time, maybe. You obviously don't want to take any risks either. And good defensive possession is going to be a shot clock violation. So it's, I mean, okay, it's 11 points. You have 1:20 left. Imagine they score a 3 in the next 15 seconds, let's say. You get a quick steal, you knock down another 3, you're fine.
Yeah. They could score 9 points in, what was Reggie Miller back in the day?
Oh, what was that stat?
It was like 9 points in like 6 seconds or something.
Yep.
Yeah, so with 1:22, it's a piece of cake.
Yeah, lots of time. Well, they get it into Kone. Shakar Turgut trying to push the tempo. You know what? A quick 2 is just as good,
yeah,
as maybe a little contested 3.
Absolutely.
So Coach Garnier, quick timeout. Not sure she's going to advance the ball, but I think she wants to make sure that her team does not turn over the ball.
Yeah.
So nice strong make there by Shakar Turgut. I believe that might be her first 2 points of the game. Avenida, slight lead in this quarter, 17-16. It was really that third quarter.
That third quarter just killed them.
That they're still feeling the effects of being down 9. You know, they lost that quarter 6-22.
Yeah, that was brutal. I mean, they really couldn't buy a bucket.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, it's hats off also to Fenerbahce playing great defense. It's not just Avenida not being able to score. It's also, you know, they really pick up their intensity on the defensive end.
Yeah. And, you know, 22 points in a quarter, it's kind of average.
Yeah, it's not
for Fenerbahce. You can accept it.
Right.
But to only score 6, that's where the difficulty really starts.
And even, you know, Fenerbahce is in, 68 points right now?
Yeah, they're well below their season average.
So I think, you know, had Avenida been able to score a little bit more, they'd be in a better position to win this game. But, you know, there's still a minute and 11 seconds left. A lot can happen.
Well, first thing is they need to get a stop. I thought Fenerbahce would have taken the ball out on the other end of the court to have a 24-second shot clock, but no, they've decided to go this side. So shot clock's at 14. Anderson wants to use as much as it is possible. She crosses back over. It was a nice take, no good. Kone there with the big defensive rebound. Salamanca, here in Salamanca, Avenida almost turned it over. And Turgut. Oh, what a big time 3 by Rodriguez, who is checked in, has roughly played about a minute in this game. And it's going to be a kickball. Well, almost a turnover. Pardon?
He's calling it. It looked like. I thought he was calling it Fener ball, was he? But all the Fener players are walking the other way. Let's see what the fans have to say.
They've made a few calls tonight that I think have influenced, or not, I don't want to say influence. I think the fans called something and then the referees saw it.
Yeah. They can look at that, can't they, or no?
A coaching challenge?
Yeah.
Who the ball went out. Oh, it wasn't went out on those. Kicked on. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a moving screen foul. So Salamanca.
They're still in it.
They are definitely still in it. And it's a 2-possession game, 62-68. We have a timeout, and we have a game, 35 seconds left. And it is a must-win. I've seen some crazier basketball. I mean, I think this is definitely doable for Avenida to pull off this comeback.
The coach in you, what do? You draw up a play for a 2 or a 3?
You know, I like the way that they've kind of attacked the basket on the last few possessions. You know, you saw Shakar Turgut took it all the way down. No one came, so she had an open look. And the next possession, she drove again. That time Helpside came, and she found a shooter. So I say, why not go ahead, attack the basket, and maybe run a little flare action for one of your shooters. Let's not forget, their best three-point shooter, in my opinion, and it's also known statistically, Andrea Villaro, number 13, is not in the game. So interesting that, you know, you don't put one of your best three-point shooters in.
Maybe they got something up their sleeve here.
Yeah, we'll find out. They get it into her, and she turns the corner. Well, Rodriguez made one from that other side. That one is no good, and there's going to be a quick foul. And unfortunately, with that miss, you know, it's going to make things more and more difficult as Delar fouls quickly. Smart foul, but it's going to put Fenerbahce to the free throw line, where they have been pretty successful from 3-point. No, not really. 12 and 19. I feel like they've been a lot, but I guess they've, gone a lot of 1 of 2s.
I was going to say, McBride missed 2 out of 3 when she got fouled on that 3 earlier in the game. And now she's missed a few free throws, which is very...
She's 3 of 6
tonight,
like and she is an 85% free throw
really
shooter.
Weird. You got to score quickly here.
Turget to Rodriguez.
Wow.
She makes it. You said you got to score quickly. That's exactly what they did. As Coach Garnier doesn't want to take any risks, and she calls a quick timeout.
They did something very similar in game 1. They would not go away. I think Valero hit a couple threes at the end. And still, I mean, it's a 2-possession game with 22 seconds left. I mean, obviously they're probably going to have to foul here and hope they miss a free throw and then come down and get a bucket, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, go for the steal, quick foul. Do you try and foul a certain player?
Yeah, for sure, but I don't know which one. Somebody give me a scouting report.
If you go off like today's
I don't know
stats, you could say anyone really, because they haven't shot great. I probably wouldn't foul Milic. She's just, she's solid, double, 12 points, 10 rebounds. So
yeah, I don't know who you say pick your poison here.
Yeah. Well, we got about 21 seconds to play. It's 65-69. For a while, you thought Fenerbahce were going to blow away Avenida. They get the ball into Anderson. Smart decision, quick foul by Rodriguez. So you're going to put Anderson to the free throw line. She's 2 of 4 today. Like I said, no one really shooting incredibly well from the free throw range. She's 79% for the season. That's a good percentage.
Yeah, I think even if I'm not saying anything during these free throws. Nah, the player in me doesn't want to jinx anything.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
She makes it a 3-possession game. Sorry, no, it's only 2 threes.
Still 2, yeah.
Problem is, Avenida have not shot the 3 well today. So if you need to try and get some, well, I guess you just attack the basket, right? 4 of 15, only 26%. You mentioned it during the game. What they shoot normally mid-30s now.
Yeah, they're normally at 36%.
Yeah.
And that's what they shot last game, I believe. But today they've been struggling badly from the three-point line.
There's still time, but not if you let an easy inbounds pass. And how about that? Who is it other than Milic, who to me has probably been the most consistent player for Fenerbahce?
Absolutely.
And that is going to be the end of the game. What a game. Nice little comeback by Avenida, but they really just ran out of time. So Fenerbahce booking their ticket to this year's FIBA Women's Basketball EuroLeague Final Four, and 67-73 Avenida. Other than that third quarter, they almost deserved to win. Kristen, what happened?
Yeah, it's really unfortunate about that third quarter. I mean, only 6 points. They just couldn't score. And like we've said before, it wasn't just that they couldn't score. Fenerbahce really changed. They made the right adjustments at halftime. They were more aggressive defensively, putting more pressure on their guards. So it made it difficult for them. And they just never found a solution.
Yeah. Well, it's been an up and down season for Avenida. to say the least. They had to deal with injuries, obviously having no Fasula, one of their
Dominguez
post player
also.
centers. Dominguez also since, December, well, late December. This affects teams, and they had a coaching change happen in January. They squeaked in. They finished fourth in regular season play, and that's, I think
Yeah,
was a big accomplishment for them considering how their season was kind of going, I guess you could say. So I think for sure Avenida have a lot to be proud of. And guess what? They lost to a very, very good
a very good
Fenerbahce
team.
team. And they shut down, like you said, the big three for 20 minutes. They just could not get
Yeah,
enough defensive stops in the second.
yeah. I think they did a first half. The first 20 minutes were phenomenal for them. But yeah, the Fenerbahce, they just have so much talent on their team and a lot of experience. And their big three, they all finished in double digits, including Milic. Again, she was like the quiet warrior for me tonight.
Double double.
Yeah. Again, I don't know if she had a double double last game. I think maybe she did. I know she had 15 points last game, but again tonight 14 and 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hats off to Fener tonight. They played great.
No, they did, and I think they have been all season long one of the best teams in EuroLeague, and they proved that they're one of the teams definitely to beat in this year's edition, as they have booked their ticket to the FIBA EuroLeague Final Four. They're gonna have to wait a week to find out who they are going to be playing and who will be joining them in the Final Four, as everyone who needed to win tonight to push a Game 3 did. That would be Villeneuve Dask over DVTK, Skio over Praha, Zaragoza over Kukurova, and only Avenida falling to Fenerbahce, 67-73 here in Salamanca. And what a game. And this is what people tune into, one of the best leagues in the world for women's basketball, and that is FIBA Women's EuroLeague competition, because you know that you're going to watch talented, well-coached, well-executing teams, and it's just exciting.
Oh, for sure. And now, like you said, Fener gets to relax next week. They can actually enjoy watching some of these Game 3s as well as you and I. So yeah, again, congrats to Fenerbahce for punching their ticket to the Final Four.
Yep. Big game, some big performances, some big shots, and it was different players throughout the game for Fenerbahce. A great job defensively, especially in that third quarter after coming out of the halftime break. And they deserved it, and, they were last year's winners, and I don't think it's a surprise to see them back in the Final Four. They're going to have to wait. They're going to have some time off. They're going to get to relax, maybe have a couple days off. Well, they probably play this weekend, so
Probably.
maybe not. But maybe after the weekend, they'll have a couple days off, and they'll get to watch the next, the 3 games that are going to be played, because they are going to have to go to a deciding Game 3 next week. As Fenerbahce, they sweep Avenida 2-0 here in the quarterfinals in Salamanca. So a big congratulations and good luck moving forward from myself, Shona Thorburn, and Kristen Mann. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back next week for more Women's EuroLeague. Good night.